It's a hot summer day. The bleachers are filled with family and friends. There's two teams out on the field. This is what you can hear. Where's my number one?
Hey, bar.
Number two?
Kill the umpire.
Number three?
Call for the catch. Crap, they just both stood there thinking the other one was going to catch it.
These are what the kids were doing on the field, 13 and 14-year-olds. My son, one of them, Jiffy Lube Oilers. Go Oilers! But they were kind of a discouraging group. They had a lot of negativity going on. They were yelling at the umpire who was only a high school student. They were disappointed with each other. They would miss the catch. They would get out at first base. It was hard to watch, and they were having trouble managing their disappointment. And then Coach Wiley called a team meeting at his house. He gathered this young group of boys, and he looked at each and every one of them, and he said, things are going to change. We are going to be positive. And we are going to remind each other to be positive. And when you leave here today and go home, you're going to tell your family that they need to be positive too, and that we are going to be positive. Coach Wiley had the coach eyes to see that his team, no one was going to be a Cardinal professional baseball player when they grew up, but they were all going to grow up and they were all going to have to deal with disappointment. And so his coach Hart connected with the team. Yeah, they always went to the batting cages. They practiced ground ball catching or fetching or whatever it's called. They did the mechanics. And he was working on the mindset, but more importantly, he was working on their hearts. Be positive. And after that, the kids started having fun. Did they win more games? No. But they had fun. And at the end of the game, they were celebrating their success of being positive. And they were also high-fiving the other team. Good job. They were encouraging across the board. Can't you just hear those automatic negative thoughts that got slayed? I'll never hit a home run. I'll never steal second base. Those things were gone, and Coach Wiley didn't even know that he was slaying those automatic negative thoughts with the be positive message he gave them. So that was a long time ago. Let's fast forward a little bit. Move over here. I want to talk about my baseball field of life and the things I was hearing from the people around me. So who has number 4?
Oh, honey, you have such a pretty face.
Number 5.
Have you ever considered surgery to lose weight? Go a doctor.
Number 6.
Why are you eating that?
Ooh. And all the automatic negative thoughts that went with that. I will never, ever lose weight. I am hopeless. My habits have been ingrained in me for more decades than I care to share. Until a coach stepped on the field. My coach's name is Mike. And he said, let's be positive. Let's create health. Notice he didn't say, let's lose weight. He was being positive. His coach eyes saw me in a healthy state. He knew from his experience and the tools he had, the mindset, the mechanics. Whoa, I needed a lot of mechanics. And the heart was what got to me. So with Mike, I had someone who was my coach Wiley, and he was telling me, be positive. And working through his eyes where he could see me at a different place than I was, I began to believe also. So what happens after that? Okay, yeah. I believed him. I learned the mindset. I learned the mechanics. I understand healthy sleep, healthy nutrition, how to reduce stress. You just name it. There's a whole bunch of things to learn about health. But then it was like, his goal was to make me into my own health coach so I could be in charge of it and use him as needed. But wait a second, all of a sudden, I had coach eyes. Everyone I see with that possibility of being just this much more healthy, of learning one little more thing. I have to tell you, I didn't think coaches were leaders until I went through the Toastmaster training about coaching. And they say that coaches are a type of leader, and they're the type of leader that works one-on-one with someone, as opposed to the kind of leader that is working with the whole country, or the whole state, or the whole organization. Once I went through that first round of effective coach training, I realized that I was a leader, whether I wanted to take that name or not, because I'd always felt like my mindset was I was always a follower, somebody else leading, I'll help you, I'll support you. Well, now because of Toastmasters, I get to embrace that leadership part of coaching, and I get to offer it to the world, to anyone who would like it. So if anybody wants to join me on this health journey, a genesis for health, just let me know. Madam Toastmaster.